This video is going to focus on the thesis statement. The first video that I made for you talked about your introductory paragraph. The biggest problem with a lot of your introductory paragraphs is that you didn't have a very specific thesis statement, which meant that your essay then went on and was very vague and not very descriptive. So we're going to talk about first the thesis statement formula and then a specific thesis that you might have for each of the individual essay topics. So first, let's look at the thesis statement formula. If you'll remember, the formula that we use in pre-AP is in title of work, author uses literary device or devices to, and then you have a power verb, and then you have your meaning. What I noticed that a lot of you had problems with is identifying the concrete information in the prompt and the abstract information in the prompt. The concrete is what specifically am I going to talk about in this essay. So I'm talking about literary devices. I'm talking about things like characterization, symbolism, figurative language, imagery, foreshadowing, diction, syntax, those sorts of things. And then I'm going to relate that to the theme, the mood, the tone, or the purpose if one of those three terms doesn't apply. So let's take a look at your essay prompts and see how you could create a thesis statement to build on your specific essay prompt. Now understand your actual essay, depending on how you did your dialectical journal, might go slightly different. However, we do need to discuss how you do this basic framework. So let's look at essay number 1. This essay asks you to use evidence from a specific monologue to discuss the meaning of the work as a whole. Now the phrase meaning of the work as a whole is the same thing as theme. So when you're identifying your concrete versus abstract, your abstract will be the theme of the play. The concrete can be whatever literary devices he uses in that monologue to express that theme. So you have to look at the monologue for the evidence. Now the evidence that you have is going to be varied. Depending on the monologue, you might have how he uses characterization, how he introduces the characters. Is it direct? Is it indirect? You may also have diction, specific word choice that he uses, perhaps syntax, how he structures the sentences, how he leads you along to this thought, imagery. Does he put a specific image in your head that leads you to a certain theme? When we have the themes of not seeing the truth, does he talk a lot about vision? Is there symbolism? So that's what I'm looking for when I say literary devices. You have to look at that specific monologue, look at the evidence that you marked, and then say, okay, I'm going to discuss the theme as it is expressed by these 3 literary devices or these 2 literary devices. That's what I want you to do with that. The primary issue that you're going to discuss with this essay is going to be characterization, because you're analyzing the significance of a specific character. So we're going to talk about characterization, and that's our concrete information. And then the abstract is, how does this character relate the theme? How does this character set a specific tone, a specific mood? Or is this character included in the play for a specific purpose? In this essay, I only want you to discuss one character. So perhaps you might write an essay about Creon's purpose in the play. What is his role in the play? Is he there to support Oedipus? Is he there to support Jocasta? Is he there to create tension? Is he perhaps the one that put all this into motion? That's what I want you to explore. Why did he write this character? Because he sat down and he made a choice. This is who I'm going to include in my play. So what's the significance of that character? With Oedipus, usually with Oedipus, it's going to be tied to the theme. Tiresias, a blind man, your theme is about what we see and what we don't see. So maybe Tiresias is used to lead into the theme, or he's used to lead into symbolism, or whatever. But you're not just saying, This is who the character is. That's plot summary. You have to give me analysis. Why is this character important? If I took this character out of the play, how is this play going to change? That's what I'm looking for. Now, the yellow, green, and blue essay topics are all similar in that they all give you the abstract that you're supposed to discuss, and then you have to come up with the concrete. So the yellow, analyze the mood of his monologue. The green, provide evidence from the text to support the theme. The blue, discuss how the symbolism influences the meaning of the work as a whole. What I'm looking for when you're doing those specific essay topics is that you can take the mood of the monologue, that you can take the theme, and then you can pick out what things contribute to that. The mood of Oedipus's monologue, what contributes to the mood? Is it the use of diction? Is it characterization? Is it foreshadowing? For the green essay, how is the theme related in the story? Don't just say, I know this is the theme. With the blue, don't just list the symbols. You have to know how the symbolism relates to that meaning of the work as a whole, and you have to be prepared to discuss the significance of the symbols. So these are things that you have to think about when you're preparing your essay, as opposed to just sitting down and saying, today I'm going to talk about A, B, and C. My concern with a lot of your thesis statements is that you want to give me the specific evidence that you plan to discuss in the essay instead of focusing on the literary devices. I noticed several of you that gave me thesis statements along the lines of Sophocles uses diction when he uses the words A, B, and C to convey the meaning of the work as a whole. Don't do that. Don't list your evidence in your thesis statement. The thesis statement is just your little clue to me. Hey, Miss Clark, you're looking for symbolism, you're looking for imagery, you're looking for foreshadowing, you're looking for characterization. Whatever it is that I'm trying to find in your essay to support whatever opinion it is that you have. Okay?